Peace. Welcome back. Welcome back to what? This is going to be like the unscripted, progress report is what I call them. This is my version of newsletters to where really I just give life updates on what's going on in my life, what's going on in the business, what's going on in, the meta world, MYCOL world, academy world, the me world, and you might hear some very authentic banter between me and T. She's working on some things right next to me. You don't see her in frame though. And yeah, I got some notes over here I'll be looking at to semi keep me on track. Yet, if you want to learn more about what I've been up to, then this video is for you. If you don't care and you want to get back to the programming and the classes and, everything else, go to the next video. But this is for the people who want to learn, what I've been up to throughout 2024, especially Q4. So 2024 quick recap. What have I been up to? I'm just going to discuss Q4 because discussing all of 2024 I'll probably save for a different segment. But Q4, when does Q4 start? Like September? September. September, October, November, December. Man, what will we doing in September?
Why are you going in this direction? I don't remember right.
Why are you going in this direction? I don't even. September is a blur. We were probably gardening, going on walks, being outside. Just being some nature folk. Man, it's like sometimes life is a blur. I feel like we've been living so much, doing so much, and I almost wonder and question, like, am I being so present that a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I might not fully remember? Or is it that, like, I'm not present enough, so therefore those memories aren't coming to mind? Yeah. It reminds me of this project that we've been working on called the Observe Project. I say we've been working on, but we really took a break on it. And the Observe Project, it was born out of T being unwell, and I was just mentally not here. And we both needed something to just get us back in nature. And we would just go sit in nature for hours, sometimes not even saying a word, just being. And it was so revitalizing that we was like, man, other people might benefit from this. What if we were to take a camera, take audio equipment and go record it? And that's how the Observe Project became, what it is, to where we would go to these different spots that were peaceful, serene, and beautiful to us. Then we would go record, set up the audio, set up the camera, and it just be this beautiful space of like, you get to sit in nature, be in nature, but then also bring others to nature simultaneously, even though it was just us two. And I cherish those moments, and it's like, interestingly enough, I feel like when I have the intention of being present in the moment and I can record, I feel like I'm able to retrieve those memories better, because it's like, maybe because of the filmmaker in me, I'm able to tie it to, oh, we did record that, or I can look back on it and those memories can come. Yeah, maybe like I'm gonna jump around a little bit. Maybe that's one thing that I want to work on more for 2025. It's like, being present and documenting, being present and using those gifts, because I want to be able to share them with myself. I want to be able to share them with my family, my children. I also want to be able to share them with you. And I feel like it'd be doing all of us a disservice not documenting those special moments. So I'm working to just start recording more, whether it's on my phone, whether it's on the gear. I got all this equipment for a reason, so we here. But yeah, I brought that up because, I want to ask you, where are you not fully present in your life, or where are you documenting but not there, or you're not remembering things unless you document it? Like, look back on your camera roll and see if you can scroll back, and do the memories pop up quicker when you can see and attach a photo or video or audio to it? or a picture or a smell or something like that? Or is it you can remember it just as vividly, just in your mind? Yeah. That's another thing I want to work on, man. Not just documentation, imagination. Being back into my, not just mental, it's like the soul space of being in the mind, being in the heart, being in the space of where I come from, and just dreaming out loud, dreaming out loud, and allowing the images to come and to flow and to beam, big beam. Yeah. Where we going next though? All right. So yeah, I'll speak more so on November. November, I remember more vividly because it was more recent. Top of November, I had a shoot on the 31st, and it was a all day shoot, Halloween party. It wasn't a Halloween party, but it was like a adult, very interesting shoot where there were some nonprofits that came together. There were some musicians that came together. There was a film team that came together, and we all documented this magical moment of the nonprofit talking about their mission and their aim and what they do and why they do it. And then the musicians would like impromptu play and then play some rehearsed songs. And then the film crew, which is what I was a part of, we came together and just shot it all. I'm gonna be skipping. We came together and we shot it all, and it was so dope because it was cool to be back into a space of like 360 creativity, 360 creativity. And I'm looking at her screen. Yeah, shout out to Tom. Tom invited me to that shoot. Wild and Curious, and super dope dude has brought me on some amazing trips to where like I've learned a lot, about filmmaking, about lighting, about just the whole cinema world, but also like people, what I'm saying? Nature. It's been an array of experiences that have really left texture in my life, that's unforgettable. And then from there, I went from that to coming back packing, and we went to the Bay, me and T, and was up all night the day. So shot on the Halloween. Then right after that was up all night packing. Then in the rising around 5-6 a.m. flew out to the Bay. And if you want to learn more about this, T and I talk about it on the Peace Beats podcast, which we'll talk more about in a second. But yeah, we went out to the Bay, and it was interesting because, like the trip started so hectic, so stressful, and it was just a lot going on. And then it quickly turned into like, wow, this was one of the best trips of my life thus far. And we met so many beautiful people, from, the people who are checking us in for the tickets to the rental car situation. Then our master teacher, I got Reiki certified. We got Reiki certified. That's what happened in September. I got my, we did the gratitude challenge, and I got my life coach certification. So I feel like Q4 has been really about getting and being divinely qualified for the season that is upon us and that is approaching, because we've been putting in the reps, putting in the work, and really doing the studying to be the scholars for the life that we want to lead and the life that we want to live. And it's like step by step, how do we make it excellent? How do we make it simple? How do we make it divine? How do we make it simple? How do we make it us, and how do we make it simple? Because the world thrives off simplicity. Yeah, we gotta put us in it, because that's what makes us different, the us part. And if you just simple, then it's easy to be taken as basic. But when you're able to put your own unique spin into it, and it's like tastefully done in a way that just feels authentic to the simplicity, gold. So we went to the Bay and met all those beautiful people. We got Reiki certified with my master teacher. And then we ended up going to the sound bath. We ended up going to the LaRussell show, bro. And what's crazy about all of this is like, we met these people, and every time we met somebody, it's like the trip just got that much better and that much better and that much better and that much better. And we weren't sure if we were going to be able to go to the show because just a whole bunch of stuff was going on around it. But we were able to make it, and we were able to get into the front. But that's not even the craziest part. We got into the front and I got on stage, bro. I got on stage with LaRussell. And the reason why this is such a huge moment, because if you don't know LaRussell, go look him up. He's done a lot for the community, for hip hop, and honestly, I would say for the world. Him and Good Company. Yet, what really amazed me is that, like, I've been watching him and them for, I can say, over a year now. And the pinnacle of all the moments of me watching them, it's like, those are also the steps me and T are taking to build what we doing. And it's like this synergy of the very people who you see as mentors end up being your peers, you know? And it's like, wow. I ain't saying him and I buddy or nothing like that, but it's like, to share space, to share mic, to share love, to share community at one time in one space, one mic, bro, unforgettable. I remember that vividly. And I was able to get on stage and just share my love, share my gratitude. And I was like, I got some bars too, bro. He did the nod. I said, I'll say less. And went in, bro. And it's like, if you go on my page, that post is still going up. I posted that mug, no ads. I attempted to put ads behind it. Coach wouldn't even let me. That mug started off organically at like 2K views. And I was like, wow. It just felt special, because what happened was November happened, and then a month later, I want to say on December 3rd, they posted the show, because they always do, they show recaps. And right after the show, I told T, I said, as soon as they post that mug, I'm on it. And that's exactly what happened. I saw them post the show. I said, oh, T, they posted that mug. Boy, I went to YouTube so quick. Give me that. I'm also in the even community. But I wanted to respect that space. So the fact that they put it on YouTube, I'm saying, man, that's a blessing. And just looking back on that moment in widescreen and being able to see it from the camera's point of view, when I've been watching that point of view for over a year, beautiful. So I went ahead, did my thing, put the captions on it, put it in a social format, put it on my page. And it's like, what felt so good about it is that I was enjoying that moment along with everybody else. Because usually my tendency would be like, I'm going to look back on it, have my moments with it, share it with the people I love, and then I post it online. And the reason I did that is because I felt like in the beginning of my journey, I was starting to seek validation. You know, when I was coming up in music and coming up in movies and coming up in media, I was seeking validation and affirmation from the outside world, which isn't always a bad thing, but it's beautiful when you can thrive from the inside, you know, with that inner voice and fill your cup up without needing anyone else. So I've been closer and closer to that space. And I was like, nah, this time, like, I feel like I'm growing in this space and I deserve to share this moment because it's fresh food, you know, as GC and them would say, it's fresh food. Why not share it? And that's exactly what I did, bro. And it's like, starting out, the first peak was at 2K, and now that mug is over 22K views. I done gained over 200 followers. Whole bunch of likes, whole bunch of shares, over like 500 shares, and it's all organic. And like what it teaches me from the human side and the business side is like, people love fresh food. Most likely the moments you love, other people are gonna love too. And 3, like, just put it out, bro. Just put it out. Stop sitting on it. Stop waiting. Stop thinking that tomorrow gonna come, because you don't know. Put it out today. because it may not be for the social media space. It might just be for you to look back on and be like, you know what? I lived out my dash. I was here. I am here, present in the moment. And in those moments where you're present, it's like nothing else matters except what's right in front of you, what's right inside of you, what's all around you is the most important essence at that moment in time. That's beautiful. And to be able to share that moment, live it, I'm watching it. I'm just as excited about, the moment, the post, and it going up just like everybody else is. It just felt like, even though it was all digital, like I was there in person, and then I got to relive it in the digital, and it was just so dope. So more of that in 25 and beyond, more of that for sure. Just those moments that like feel larger than life, even though it's so simple. And they come with patience, they come with work, they come with preparation, yet they also come with that courage. And when you're willing to take that step, there's beauty on the other side of that fear. Yeah. It's like my body wouldn't even allow me to be afraid. It was just, I was enthusiastic, excited. I was enthralled with energy. It was bouncing out my body, man. I was beaming. Yeah, so that was a special moment. We came back to St. Louis, to cloudy, gray, raining weather. And just grateful, and so grateful for all the people we had met. And what's wild, even before that, we did some belief work with a Black Cherokee One tribe that we met on TikTok. And that was so dope because it's like going through the process of doing the work and receiving the help and being willing to ask for help for those that are in the space doing the work and want to help. That is just like a harmony that happens when those two worlds come together, and then you're able to release, remove, rebuild whatever it is you're working towards or, working out of, and then being able to move forward in a space of, wow, grace and gratitude, grace and gratitude, grace and gratitude. It's all happening for my highest good, for my best self, always and always. It's all happening for my highest good and my best self, always and always. And that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And that's exactly what's been happening. It's all been happening for our highest good and our best selves, always and always. And once we posted that moment on Instagram, a bunch of people was hitting me up like, dang, bro, I can't believe you met him, da 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 da. And I was like, yeah, bro, it was crazy. And I was telling T, I was like, we should like talk about that and just like recap our trip, And it was so funny because her and I have been in such this creative space. I'm talking about her like she's not sitting right next to me. Her and I have been in such a creative space to where it's like we're merging our business and then we're merging like how to be kids again. Cause it's like business should be fun when you're doing it the right way with the right people and the right team and the right systems. It should be fun. Getting paid the right way cause you playing the right way, and her and I were talking and I was like, man, it'd be dope for us to like, we've always talked about having our own podcast and we come up with a bunch of different names throughout the years, me and Mama D as well. And then T was like, ooh, what would be a dope name? I was like, what? She was like, peace. I was like, oh, that would be a dope name. And reason being is because it's like, that's what we are. When we come together, it's peace, double peace. And even going back to Tom, I remember, one of the first times I met Tom, it was like our second coming around of like rekindling the spark. He was like, bro, I've never heard anybody say peace. Like, why don't people say that? And I was honest and I was like, I didn't create this. I feel like I've heard it somewhere. But for me, it's stuck because it's like, it's an affirmation. It's me saying peace, but it's also like, remember, peace. Like peace. You can say it so many different ways, yet it's a greeting, it's an affirmation, and it's a goodbye all at the same time, depending on however you want to receive it. Regardless, it's a reminder of love and light and peace. And it just felt so fitting, like the Peace podcast. And it's sound fire too, which is just so dope. So I was like, man, what we should do is we should talk about our trip to the Bay in full and put it on the Peace podcast. And that's exactly what we did. I still get to edit the first episode. Episode 2 is out right now, though. Go check that out. And episode two is about how did we first meet and what that whole story and journey was like, and the growth from then and the overall growth to where we are now, which is another dope episode. And we're really just putting out those seeds because we feel like our life is going in the right direction and the highest good for our best selves always and always. And we want to drop the seeds along the way because like we're learning from our mentors in real time. You know, one of her mentors, I've asked her, like, man, it'd be dope to go back and like see the journey. And you can see parts of it, but it's like you don't see the struggle become success. You see elements of it. And it's like that's one thing I feel like T and I can do different is, I'm not saying we struggling, but we surviving, you know, we working towards thriving. And it just be dope to just document the journey and allow people to be a part of it. So it's like they feel like when we are successful, you are successful because you're right along the journey with us, investing in us, sharing with us. You know, you might even have wins that inspire us. We might have wins that inspire you. Let me not say might. You will have wins that inspire us, and we will have wins that inspire you. And the chemistry and the synergy and the connection between building that community in the physical and the digital, that's a spiritual connection. That's a spiritual manifestation. And that's what we all about. Like, at this point, we so spiritual. That's all we attracting. And it's the right spiritual, the spiritual that's, you know, has integrity, has dignity, has discernment, has discipline, has love, has grace, has gratitude, has boundaries, that builds bridges. So we can have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful being together. And, you know, I'm really thankful for all the people that have come across our path and come across our journey to where we are. And, you know, her and I are going to share more of that on the Peace podcast. So if you're interested in, you know, watching that, it'll be exclusively on Patreon. You can go to MYCOL Academy, aka patreon.com/MYCOL Academy. And when you join, you can join for free, or you can sign up, you know, and pay what you want. Or if you want to get the highest tier, hey, more power to you. And you can go into the collection and then you'll be able to click Peace podcast. It'll be in like the collection/playlist, and boom, you'll be able to see all the episodes. Considering putting it on YouTube too. So if you want to check it out, MyCOL. But yeah, Patreon gets it first, as always. And I'm just super thankful because like that's a space her and I, we get to be us. And it's like, we're not looking to sell. We're not looking to serve. We just get to be and talk about what we go through, what we want to share based off our perspective, based on our experience, you know, and based on how we feel in the moment. One day we might come on and I have a topic and it might birth right up in the moment. Other times it might be premeditated. So that's super dope. Speaking of that, the second episode was interesting because like we talked about some things, and again, it was about like how we first met. And then some of the questions, like I asked, what did I ask? I don't remember what I asked, but I remember what came from what I asked was like, not only do we see like our view of the world that way, we also see like that's how we're becoming as practitioners as well, you know, as healers and leaders and scholars and teachers. You know, we're learning that by leading ourselves, we're leading a charge. And the more that we lead ourselves, the more qualified we are to lead others. And it's a beautiful, beautiful experience. Probably my favorite word to say. You're going to hear me say it a lot because it really is. You know, when you start to look at your life for all the moments that are threading together, man, thank you, Coach. Coaching them, Big got me. Big got us. And I remember from that episode, you know, I was like, man, it's so dope that we get to see our practice in real life and we get to see it like unfold before our very eyes. And then we also get to offer that as well from, you know, offering the Reiki with selected individuals, because that's energy work and we don't want to be dealing with any and everybody energy that intimately. And then also like coming back to the T's and then me with the class and the program. Like speaking on the T's, man, T been going crazy with these sales, boy. It's been day after day, just another one, another one, another one, another one. Family, friends, associates, people from the internet. People from the internet they interneting. They connecting. And it's so dope to see and be a part of it where it's like, wow, you know, we've done this before with the first iteration of her herbal business, but this time around, it's so much more intentional, so much more spiritual, it's so much more community, it's so much more connected. And we're getting to the root of the problem so we can like really connect with the solution, because it's not about just implementing the solution, it's about becoming the solution. And that's the difference, because it truly is the ancient principle of each one teach one. So it's not just come to KISS when you're sick to get well. It's come to KISS to learn, to grow, to evolve, to transform. Whether you're dealing with a sickness, whether you're dealing with a symptom, or whether you just want to keep being well and you want those herbs to maintain that wellness. You know, you want to get on a plan, a protocol that helps you dive into your body, dive into your heart, dive into your organs, and match that with the MYCOL Academy of diving into your mind, diving into your soul, diving into your perspective, your mindset. And when you pair the body with the proper principles and the practices and the tools, bro, you can do anything. You can do everything that's designed for you. And I feel like to me, that's one of the biggest like benefits of working alongside KISS and like being an active customer, and always like I'm always first in the test group. I'll be testing all the teas, testing all the products before it ever come out to the public. It's like I feel like I get to learn about my being in such a simple and harmonious way that school never taught me, that the world, it just feels like it's so loud, so messy, so chaotic. Everybody throwing some supplement at you. It just feels crazy in the health industry right now. And like at KISS, I really do feel cared for. And that's something that like, I don't really find anywhere else. So I be telling T, like, you my doctor. Like for real. I trust you. I believe in you. It is what it is. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I have the opportunity and the abundance of the access to tea and to KISS. So come get your tea today. Not this tea, but you know, the herbs. Come get your herbs today from Keep It Simple Tea. And change your life for the better, man. I know you want to feel good. I know you want to be good. So go ahead and get what you need to heal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Speaking of, the beautiful thing about KISS is like, it's not just about the herbs, it's also about the programming, which she's getting into. You know, I'm not going to like reveal everything we've been working on, but literally we've been cracking out the whiteboards, diving into target market, diving into the goals, diving into the psychographics, diving into what is the real problem here. And we've been getting to the nitty gritty that like, I don't hear a lot of people talking about. And it's so dope. And I'll have to, either we or she will talk more about it. I don't feel like I'm meant to discuss it here. All I got to say is go follow Keep It Simple Tea. Go join KISS Network on Patreon, because it's up. You know what I'm saying? And 2025 is a year like we really do get our life together. I know everybody been saying it for a long time, but for the people who ready, who willing, who open, it's time, bro. It's time, sis. And this time, we don't know if we're going to get another chance. I don't even got to tell you everything that's been going on in the world. You already know. It's probably on your screen right now. But outside of all of that, remember when we started this episode with that, the only thing that matters is what's in front of us, what's inside of us, and what's around us. That's not me saying that places over here and places over there don't matter, yet you are most empowered in your presence. You are most empowered in your presence. And when you're present in the moment, then you can access your power of abundance, and you can really be magical. You can really be a superhero, because when you're present in the moment, that's when everything unlocks for you. It's like the ultimate quote unquote drug, or the ultimate like superhero kick is presence. Because when you become present, then it's like you get into this flow state and everything becomes clear, things become quiet, and you're able to just go. You know what I'm saying? Just go. And that's that flow right there. That's that flow. Go. For real. So this is the year, this is the time, this is the season. You know, whenever you're receiving this is your message, this is your reminder. It's time, bro. It's time, sis. Come on. We need you. We doing the work on our end, but we need you too. Get involved, get engaged. Come on. Get involved, get engaged. Come on. Yeah. And if you don't know where to turn, you don't know what to do, like that's why we got the programming. So as I was saying, you know, the cool thing about MYCOL Academy and, you know, Keep It Simple KISS Network is that we're starting to combine and converge on this dope programming. And it's coming out called Shine Your Shade, man. Shine Your Shade, man. And it's something that was born and birthed through me working on some other stuff, and coaching them was like, hey, young fella, I know you're excited about what's in front of you, but I need you to take a couple steps back, because before you get to that, I need you to do this, because this gonna lead to that in the most harmonious way possible. So you can go ahead and take all your notes, put all the inspiration on the paper, you know, write it down, document it, love that, live that. Yeah, before you can go put that in the world, I need you to go put this in you. You know what I'm saying? I need you to go put this in you and then guide others that's willing to go on the journey with you. It probably ain't gonna make sense of how you gonna get there, but just do it and you'll thank me later. And that's what we doing. Literally, it's T minus 29, 30, 31, 1, 2, 6 days before we start Shine Your Shade. As of today, 6 days before we start the Shine Your Shade game. And me and T, we've been doing the work, we've been living the work, and we really about to get to work, man. We got a few individuals that have signed up and they committed to the journey with me. You know, it's more that's interested, but I'm focused on the ones that are present and gonna be there in the space with us. Cause we healing together, man. And right now we in the space of like, we only taking serious to people who willing to invest in it, because a lot of people that say they want it, but it come with a lot, bro. It come with a lot. And I'm gonna be honest, the type of work that we doing, at least on the MYCOL Academy side, it ain't easy. It ain't for the faint of heart either. You know what I'm saying? If you're not ready to do this work, I suggest you go the other way and you take that surface level stuff over there. No hard feelings, bro. No hard feelings, sis. It's just, we really here to do the work and get it done and do it well, to be well, to live well, you know, so we can seed well for the now and for the future. And that takes we getting down to the root, getting to the soil. And the only way to get into the soil is to get a little dirty, you know, with the highest intentions. So I'm thankful for those that chose to go on a journey with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, Shine Your Shade is a program that's dedicated to your shadow and how to shine the light on your shadow without cutting yourself, because sometimes the darkness is sharp. So how do you shine a shade on your shadow and allow yourself to blossom, allow yourself to be integrated, allow yourself to be full, to be whole? Don't you want to express yourself to the fullest degree without filters? And when I say filters, I don't mean in the way of like, you're just blatantly stepping on toes and you don't care about it, or you don't care about hurting other people and things of that nature. Nah, it's how do you integrate your shadow with your shine to be able to be your whole and your full self. And you know that everything and anything you do is of the highest intention. And when you are in the alignment with that highest intention, you end up having a presence and awareness that allows you to be your best self and awaken the best self in the others around you. So you get to glow up and grow up, and then you end up being that same beam of energy that invites other people to do the same. It's one thing to get your life together. That's great. That's cool. We all could do that. We all should do that. We all doing that. That's doing the work. Yet to be able to give that energy and share that energy and share that energy with the people who need it and people that want it and people that's ready, that's willing to invest in it too. Bro, come on. Sis, come on. We in there. We in there. Yes. And, man, if you want to sign up now, while it's still available, go to shineyourshade.com. shineyourshade.com and scroll, get involved, get engaged, and get in the game. Get involved, get engaged, and get in the game. Because we ain't playing, but we playing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't playing, but we playing. And one of my mentors, across the world has always told us that, like, get in your game. Play your game. Because this is your life. And according to some people, you only get one. So what you gonna do with it? A lot of us have so many secrets, so much shade, so much hurt, so much pain, so much darkness that, like, we lock away from ourselves so we can lock away from the world. And that keeps us from being our full selves and our whole selves. And so many think that by exposing and revealing that, it makes people judge you. And it might. I'm going to be honest. For some people, they might not want to be around you. They might not want to be associated. And at the same time, maybe that's exactly what you need. Because maybe that's a wake-up call like, wow, why was I around them in the first place? Or wow, why were they around me in the first place? What did they teach me? Did I teach them anything? Or walking away from this situation, how can I better myself and better the people that I come in contact with next in the new now moment? The new now moment. And when you're willing to grow and you're willing to own what it is you've done and who it is you are, there's a certain level of respect from the people who have done the work that say, man, you deserve forgiveness and you deserve grace. And just for that, I want to grow with you. And then you end up attracting the people who do want to be in your life and are willing to see you through and are willing to even help you because you're helping yourself. By you investing in yourself, you end up finding people that want to invest in you. How do I know that? I'm a living testament, bro. I'm a living testament, sis. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't invest in myself. I wouldn't be where I am if other people didn't invest in me. There's a laundry list of people that have all contributed to my growth, to my being, bro. And I wouldn't be who I am without each and every single experience. Each and every single one. So I'm thankful. And that's why I feel that, that's one of the reasons why I feel like coaching them was like, hey, we know you got some things lined up. And they dope too. But go ahead and get to this shadow program, man. Go ahead and do Shine Your Shade because it's gonna help me. It's gonna help you. And it's gonna help us. For real, for real. Doing the work that so many people put off until later, and they end up never getting to it, but it always gets to them. The more you put off, the more it comes back. with friends, with interest. You know what I'm saying? That's from every area of life, from relationships, from financial to whatever, man. You don't want no nasty stuff catching up to you. So why not catch up to it and catch it before it catches you? That's what Shine Your Shade is all about. And I haven't been promoting it, because I feel like by me dropping it into the ocean, it's going to reach who it's meant to reach. And as we continue to grow, coaching them will let me know what to do and how to do it. This first go around is really for the people that I know. And for the people that come across my page and are like, hey, I love what you're putting out there. And I share it with them. But thus far, most of the people that have signed up, there's some form of connection already, I didn't have to sell them. I didn't have to, deep dive, ask them. They signed up on their own behalf, man. And I'm thankful because that could be because of our relationship. It could be because of the content that I'm putting out there, or it could be where they are in their life. They ready to take the next step. So I'm like, come on, let's take the next steps together. So yeah, it's going to be transforming, man. It's a 10-week program where we dive into the shadow and we find the light inside. And on the other side is transformation. So you're going to see us duck in, go in January. And then by March, by the end of March, yeah, spring, the real new year for all my folk, March 23rd. That's the last day of the program. And that's the first day of the rest of our lives. Being able to say, man, I'm ready to shine my shade. And I know how, and I got an accountability community that's strong, So I'm thankful for that, man. Of course, I got more updates for 2025. I plan to show up and show out. Simple. To show up and show out, show up and show out for real. I feel like we've been prepping and we've been building and we've been planning, yet it's all for action. It's all for action that comes with the right emotions because of the right thoughts, so I will think well, I will feel well, so I will do well. Yeah. So we will be well. Yeah. Holistically. One step at a time, holistically. Yeah. The goal is excellence. And excellence doesn't ever stop, so come on. Yeah, man. There's been a lot going on with the Academy. We got some new members joining. Welcome. Appreciate you for being here. We're going to be bringing study halls back too. So the study halls I'm considering making them. You good? She good. I'm considering making them on Sundays. So the way it's set up in the program, like we got some days where we'll be meeting, and on one of the days it's more like a reflection time. And I feel like it'd be dope to potentially like have space in the beginning that's like just for the people in the program, but then like the hour after that, potentially host study hall for those who might be interested in the program or those who are like on their journey, but just aren't ready to invest in it. And that's cool too. I get it. We all show up to it and we all find it when we're ready in our own timing. And that way, like we can still be involved, and you can still be like a part of the community as we grow. So I'm thinking about doing those on Sundays. It might be like once a month. It might be every Sunday of the month. Only coach knows, But I will say, like, you'll know soon. And when you do know, like, get involved, get engaged, get in the game. And we'll do those specifically for our Patreon members. You got to join the community to be involved, at least. Join the community to be involved, because that's where we'll be sending all of our information first. And really just showing up, showing out for ourselves, and showing up and showing out for each other. So yeah, man, I got big gratitude. Big gratitude for you listening, watching, learning. The last study hall, I like clicked through some numbers and stuff like that. But we gonna see how this goes. Sometimes I might come on here and it just might be me. Sometimes I might bring on an academy student and we talk about things. Other times I said student, scholar. Other times, shoot, you might find me on the Peace podcast. I'm doing a little bit of the progress report there. Other times I might be walking you through some of the stuff, which I do want to do. Yet I feel like I just wanted to come and just ground, you know, ground before we go into this new year and let y'all know what I've been up to, man. I've been working. I've been getting the physical space together, been getting the digital space together, been getting the mental space together, been getting the emotional space together to get the spiritual space together. And it ain't perfect, but it's working. And that's worth it to me. My name is MYCOL. You can find me everywhere at MetaMyCol, and you can find us on MyColAcademy.com. Thank you. Love you. I pray this helps you somehow, some way. And reach out, man. Come connect with us. We love to have you in the academy. Peace.